It's important to know the do's, it's important to know the don'ts, but this video is about things that can go wrong while you are starting off with your cafe. We're gonna divide this in a lot of parts and I'm gonna share with you a lot of things that can go wrong. So, do you want to build a cafe that is gonna be successful? This video is for you then. I'm gonna say the first point is not analyzing your market well. Now, it is important to not make it complicated, but at the same time, at least just look around what the market is up to. The reason is, now you can be a pioneer. I am not saying you can't be a pioneer if in your area there's nobody who's doing the same thing or your market is not ready for that. But there could be a situation where around you there are people who are doing hardcore specialty which are getting like really nice response, but you are not wanting to do it on the thought of that would people respond or not. So in that way also kind of think about it. Make sure you kind of have a market analysis. That's very, very important. Second point, so opening up a specialty coffee shop does not always mean that you've got a coffee on your hopper which is from a big brand. You need to select your roaster, you need to select the quality of the roaster rather than the brand, because after a point of time your customers are going to only and only ask about what coffee you're doing, how you're doing it. So at that time, good quality of coffee is going to be helping you rather than saying that I buy coffee from XYZ. So make sure you make that decision in a very conscious conscious manner. Now the next point, setting up of unrealistic expectations which enables the systems to crash really fast. What I mean by this is that you started a cafe, specialty coffee shop, and your expectations are like, if there's another cafe around the corner, down the street, that's working at full capacity, I want to run at full capacity on the first day. That is the best recipe for your systems to come crashing down. You will not even realize what kind of issues that are coming up. There's always a learning curve for any business. For a specialty coffee business, I would say the learning curve, if you expand it a little bit, that is going to be the best. That is going to be the best and give you long-term results. Take it easy, because smallest of the smallest things can happen. Like for example, first day, boom, your team is new, your ops are new, your interiors are new, a shitload of things can happen. Your furniture might break, your roof might start leaking water, your milk can get over, your hardware will start breaking away. All these things will come in. So rather give yourself some room, take it easy in the beginning, and then gradually expand. I would recommend that really a lot to everybody. Now the next point is, please don't try to be somebody else. Everybody's got a different story, different roadmap, different challenges, a different you. If you think that somebody else is doing XYZ and you want to be copying that exactly, it doesn't really work out. I have seen those examples myself. I've seen at least, I don't know how many brands trying to copy, trying to ape it, not even copy, ape it, word to word, menu by menu, service by service, everything, but it does not work out. You got to bring yourself on the brand. You cannot bring somebody else's superficial vision that you see and put it on your menu or put it on your brand. Don't do that. That's not going to work out for a long term for sure. The next point is very important. Don't get carried away by reviews. Listen to it very carefully. I'm saying don't get carried away by reviews. I said reviews, not good or negative. Reviews can be good, reviews can be bad, reviews can be like average. What I'm trying to say is, if you get negative reviews, don't try to be beating yourself up. Don't try to change your systems extremely too fast. Analyze it, wait for it, have a conversation, then keep your plan ready, but then execute it after a while. Don't have knee-jerk reactions. That's a very, very important thing. At the same time, if you're getting a lot of positive reviews, don't take it as a motivation for you to expand your menu like crazy, or expand your locations like crazy, or expand your hours of operations like crazy. It's okay to get the same feedback, positive feedback again and again and again is the proper way to go about it, and then you take next steps. Again, you will just bring the systems crashing down if you do go a little too fast without analyzing, right? And yes, fast and slow is everybody's perspective, but this is one point that you should keep in mind. And my favorite topic, last pointer, don't go for poaching. More often than not, this hospital, and I think people don't talk about it openly. Let's just address that. I know a lot of people who try to poach from a lot of brands, and I find it to be very weird. To be very honest, I find it very weird. It's a complete no-no for me. I do not believe in because if your brand, if people want to work with you, they'll work with you. Is what my philosophy is. That's about it. It's a very thin line between ethical and unethical poaching. By the way, for the people who don't know what poaching is basically you look at some other brand and then you say, oh, this food is good, and then let's contact who the chef is. Then you put people behind them, you ask somebody to follow them, and then have a conversation and say and give them all rosy merry picture and all that. Guys, you gotta remember one thing: you poach somebody over there. In all probability, that person will be ready to get poached by somebody else. Again, I'm not putting anybody in the wrong picture, but I'm just telling you the hardcore facts. That is how it is. So, I know of a community in India, by the way. I know that these guys have a group in which they have made a policy that we are not going to be going poaching. We're not going to poach against each other. So, there's a community in India, coffee community, which I'm really proud of. They have made a pact. The owners have made a pact. The owners got to work together. There is no such thing as competition, guys. You got to remember that. Because I'll tell you with one example. Tomorrow, if a brand like Chuck Donald's opens up 10,000 outlets, is everybody going to be there only every single day? There's no other outlet that's going to be filled? No, right? Similarly, if there are like 20 specialty coffees standing next to each other, all are going to work. In fact, the quality is going to keep increasing because they will go to only that place who gives the best coffee. That is how it increases. So there is no competition as such. You got to remember that. So these are the 5 things that you remember, and all the best for your coffee shop. Part 1.